Welcome to the Fantasy Football Forge. My name is Steve, and today we're going to do another Mock Monday Best Ball Draft. 12 person, just $3, not big stakes here. And so I've moved myself to the top right corner of the screen. That way I'm not covering up so much of the information right here of my team that I am currently mocking. Other than that, I will be planning on going heavy running back to start this draft out. Went heavy wide receiver last time, and also wanted to fade quarterback and tight end. I think I'll stick with fading the tight end position probably, but quarterback position I'll take when it feels right. And always stay liquid in your drafts, but I'm just kind of testing out the field to see how things look when you go with a certain strategy, and that way we can, if you end up starting off with that strategy, maybe you know when to flip over and start taking a different position, or when to strike at other spots, stuff like that. This is more just kind of testing out, and I am going to be picking at pick 11, so I will see you then. All right, so far we have seen Jefferson, Chase, McCaffrey, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. I actually would have taken Kelce at 11 if he was still there. Diggs, Cup go off of the board, so then Bijan and A.J. Brown. One more pick before my pick. Now here's the thing about running backs. You look at these ADPs, I have Saquon Barkley higher in my rankings, but just behind that is Austin Eckler, so we'll probably just get both of them. And the wide receivers at this point that are left, I'm okay kind of passing up on for the running backs. Wilson, Waddle go. Amon-Ra St. Brown definitely is enticing, but I'm going to go for my second-ranked running back in Saquon Barkley. And if Ramondre Stevenson is still around the turn, he's my running back 4, so I would start running back strong. I'd say the biggest weakness of a strong running back draft to begin with is just that running backs are the most injury-prone position, so you're getting strongest at the spot where you might have that strength the least amount of time along the season. So that's where sometimes if I go running back strong, I really like to pound that strength. And this is more of a redraft thing. This is, best ball, so I guess it's less important in best ball. So I'll see what kind of wide receivers are still around at that point in time. All right, so back up on the clock, seeing some wide receivers fall, so that works out well for me. And I guess I'll go with the top wide receiver that I have right now, in Calvin Ridley. And we'll probably come right back around for one of these guys. All right, so Jahmyr Gibbs and Amari Cooper went in between my picks. I would have taken Jahmyr Gibbs here, actually. Well, gosh. You know what? I'm going to go Christian Watson here. Keenan Allen have a little bit higher. I did not want Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. It would have given me some sort of upside safety. Like if one's going off, then the other one might not necessarily be going off. And so that could have given me a game in and game out advantage. Taking that offense might not have been a bad idea, but at this point, just kind of going for it all. Wouldn't mind thinking about quarterback right now. Getting Trevor Lawrence probably around the next turn, and I'll build this out for you while we wait. So my next pick is going to be around pick 62. So this is the list that I've kind of created. Just keeping an eye on these guys. Of course, over here, I can still see guys who I didn't necessarily star if this list gets eaten up by that time. But definitely thinking I would go 2 quarterbacks at this point, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs already, and just kind of shore that up with, these are all guys who, well, Justin Fields would just be a great get. He just goes off the board. But Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, have connections to both of them on my team, so that would be nice. I think you can treat the Justin Herbert, Austin Eckler stack much like a wide receiver, close enough at least to a wide receiver quarterback stack. So that works well there. We'll see if this, what happens. All right, we're up to my pick. The running backs I did have, I would like these too. So we're going to play the odds here. I'll take Tyler Lockett first and hope Trevor Lawrence makes it. A couple picks here. And he went 2 wide receivers there, so I will take Trevor Lawrence to stack up with Calvin Ridley. Got my 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a quarterback so far. So I'm liking the makeup of this team quite a bit right now. All right, so it's still a little ways before my next pick. This is kind of my board that I'm playing on plain. Once again, I can always look over here if it gets chewed up a little bit. But this is I'm thinking, looking at these ADPs, and I would be willing, as much as I wouldn't mind, getting Deshaun Watson around my next turn. Daniel Jones, I don't have too far off from him in the rankings. Might even be higher than him. So I'm happy to wait around. They're definitely in the same tier for me. And I'd say the upside's similar enough on a game in and game out basis between the two. So I'm not prioritizing getting a second quarterback around this turn, even though there's a couple right in that area that will be going. Same with Anthony Richardson. Could always fall a little bit to my next pick after this. 3 picks to go. All right, one more pick. Deshaun Watson just got taken, so that takes that off. I added Gabe Davis in here. He does have at least upside. Do I go 2 more running backs right here is the question. So I have James Conner higher in my rankings, but when it comes to pure upside on a game in and game out basis, I do like Rachaad White a little bit more, so we'll grab him. So I've been thinking about it. I'm going to go Gabe Davis. I still have a flex spot anyways here, and he's just going to give me more upside than James Conner. So we'll take the shot on him and hope that it's, more than 3 big games this year, and hope that there's some monster games that can really push me over the edge in some weeks. Still a ways away from my next pick, but here is the board that I'm creating of guys who still might be around for the most part. As always, if somebody falls, I'll see them over here, but these are the main guys I have my eyes on. Wouldn't mind getting another running back at this point. I would probably prioritize that over some of these running backs over some of these wide receivers, and I'll be willing to take a tight end there, and I'm hoping to get a second quarterback at that point. And I will say, just looking ahead, did Courtland Sutton just go off? Okay, no, he's probably going to be gone. I was thinking Courtland Sutton, Russell Wilson could be something I could strive for, given after this next round, my next pick will be around 130. So just keep an eye on that, like Jared Goff and Jameson Williams. Could kind of think about that as a second stack to go with. Same with Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard. So that's something to keep an eye on and think about. Unfortunately, Courtland Sutton just went 3, and Jameson Williams, few picks ahead of my next pick. So just thinking too, Daniel Jones here will be nice with Saquon Barkley in some ways. You can go Daniel Jones there, and well, I'm not in love with Geno Smith, and I just took Daniel Jones, but that would be another stack here with Tyler Lockett at the same time. I'm not going to do it. I'm not in love with Geno Smith, and the question is A.J. Dillon or Allen Lazard here. I'm going to go A.J. Dillon. The running backs will start to get thinner and thinner as we go along here. So I'm going to take that if, especially in best ball. If Aaron Jones ever goes down, that could be a real nice piece to add on here and still might have some value otherwise. So we'll keep an eye on some of these quarterbacks now. All right, so I'm still building out my board again. I'm thinking about these quarterbacks again, and, I don't need 3. And I feel pretty good about Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and their track record for staying healthy. So I think I'm just going to, take that extra capital and put it into running backs or wide receivers later on. So while I'm waiting, I'm just looking at my buys. There's quite a few Week 13 buys for me, but they're all at different positions, so not overly worried about that. Week 5, there's quite a few buys, and I am a little bit concerned about that at the running back, so I'll kind of avoid any other at least my next pick, third Week 5 buy at the running back spot. And so I'm going to go with that's a toughie, I guess. He's got six wide receivers in between me, no tight ends, so I will take Chig here. Here goes Russell Wilson, Jalen Warren here, so still get I'll go with Darnell Mooney. Things should be able to open up for him with DJ Moore being there, so there should be some big splash plays for him, which will be enough to be big games to get in there. So I think I got some good big game guys between Christian Watson, Gabe Davis, Darnell Mooney in there that hopefully they can trade off weeks or even pop off in 1 week. be okay. And yeah, looking solid right now. So I just looked. I have 6 more picks, so I think I can go 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends to finish this up, and I'll feel good about that. And I know I can get tight ends that I'll be okay with pretty late. I'll take Greg Dulcich probably around my next turn if he's still available. And other than that, we'll just start to work out who I want to get here for the other positions. So I'll tell you something I'm realizing right now with taking Daniel Jones that's really nice. As far as stacking with him, there's a lot of late options for the New York Giants wide receivers. It makes sense, but still, I mean, Isaiah Hodgins, Jalen Hyatt, and what's his name, Wan'Dale Robinson, all going to be available here towards the end for me to grab up. And I'll probably just take a wish on one of them, but very nice. All right, and I've built out my board. A lot more, I'd say, a lot more running backs late that I wouldn't mind taking late. So wide receivers have a little bit of a focus on that maybe here. And now I'm just putting them in order of how they'll go instead of priority, so that way I can kind of see out my field. Just a few picks to my next pick. All right, so we got Devin Singletary, Raheem Mostert, Deonta Foreman, and then a couple guys so I need 2 more. I think I'll go, looking between me still has mostly, so I'll go Devin Singletary here, and then one of these wide receivers probably with my next pick. I don't have to worry about too much about these running back, these like Wan'Dale Robinson I should be able to get on my next go around the other way around, so that would be nice. All right, want Sam Laporta, Jerome Ford in front of me, and Jaden Reed's going to have an opportunity. The only thing is, I already have Christian Watson. Probably don't want that. Marvin Mims is going to have an opportunity in an offense that I expect to be better, so we'll take a shot on that. Could have some big games, especially later on in the season, maybe when some of these guys have some injuries or something. And I just saw Jalen Hyatt was still available. I didn't look over here, unfortunately. Might have gone with Hyatt over Mims there. The good thing is I would have had a lot of Week 13 buys, and so that's something else I'm just kind of noticed while waiting here for my next pick. Might want to diversify off that Week 13 just a little bit here, especially for the wide receiver spot. All right, so I really do want Chase Brown with my next pick. It's tough to say what this guy will do, but he probably won't take 2 running backs, and there's plenty of running backs that I like. So, I was just going to go Tyquan Thornton. I'm going to grab Chase Brown, actually. So that stinks. He grabbed Tyquan. So that was my upside pick. All right, well, I'll go John Mechie here. That's going to give me a little diversity on the bye week over Isaiah Hodgins. Like them both quite a bit pre-draft, before the years that they got drafted, as well as for the upside this year. I mean, Isaiah Hodgins could definitely be a mainstay when he came in about halfway through last season and really helped that offense a lot. Got utilized pretty well. Then John Mechie coming back after some cancer issues his rookie season that stopped him from playing at all his rookie season, but he was a high draft pick. Really liked him pre-draft a lot, and I think should be the slot guy, so he's going to have an opportunity to be a blanket kind of guy with some pretty after the catch, big play upside to him there for the rookie quarterback. So this is how it's going to be breaking down here. I'm going to take 2 tight ends to finish this up, most likely, with Luke Musgrave and Jake Ferguson. I could have taken Tyler Conklin around this turn, but do I really like him that much more than Luke Musgrave, Jake Ferguson, especially when it comes to upside? Not really. So we'll grab those 2. I think Jake Ferguson should offer me some sort of solid floor, and Luke Musgrave boom or bust. And then same with Jig. Who knows with him? Could be a floor guy, could be a boom or bust, could be a little bit of both, could be a breakout tight end. Could be not a whole lot, but I have high hopes for him. Then, we got Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones. Well, I'm waiting here instead of recapping this at the very end. I'll just kind of recap it now. So Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones. At quarterback, Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Rashad White, A.J. Dillon, Devin Singletary, Chase Brown, and at running back. So hoping for big things from Chase Brown there. But either way, I have more than the minimum real amount of running backs that you need, so that's just some icing on that roster spot there. Then Calvin Ridley, Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett, Gabe Davis, Darnell Mooney, kind of recapped it up to that point. Added Marvin Mims, John Mechie there. So Marvin Mims would be more of the big play guy. John Mechie, I think, should give me some sort of solid target floor. And then the tight ends. So we'll just wait to wrap this up here. All right, one away. It's looking like I'll probably be able to get Luke Musgrave and Jake Ferguson as planned. Did fill out a little bit more. Josh Kelly, my running backs, especially like week 7 and week 5, it's going to be a little bit thin. So if one of them were to have been taken or something, I would not have been opposed to going down here. Even looked at Josh Kelly as, a guy who, in case Austin Eckler goes down, should be the starter. So that would be nice. But you got to take some risks here, and we'll just hope that for the most part, guys stay healthy. Because if they don't, then probably going to get beat out by other teams anyways in best ball. Michael Mayer, Chase Claypool taken in front of me, and yeah, it's a little risky. We'll finish it off with Jake Ferguson here. So let me know if you like this this roster more than my first draft where I started wide receiver heavy. I think I like it more. So at least in best ball here, I don't mind the strategy of starting off running back strong if you like these two, especially there. Started from the 11th pick, so that's something to keep in mind. And thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out. Don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe. Now, peace out.